There's a new camo grind in Call of Duty, and it's pretty much Obsidian, except significantly better. Season 3 Reloaded comes out today, and with that, they dropped the patch notes. And as you can see here, they're introducing a new Weapon Prestige Camo. In Season 3 Reloaded, we're introducing Weapon Prestige Camos, a new progression system for players to flex mastery of their favorite weaponry in Modern Warfare 3. To unlock a Weapon Prestige Camo, players must earn a set amount of weapon XP for any weapon of choice, including those carried forward from MW2. Weapon Prestige Camos are earned on a per weapon basis, rewarding commitment and giving those of you completionist a grind to keep you busy for seasons to come. Our debut Weapon Prestige Camo is one trick unlocked upon earning 150,000 weapon XP. This camo coats the entire surface of your weapon in molten gold, and yes, it's animated, thank God. You can expect to see a new Weapon Prestige Camo in each of the remaining seasons ahead. We look forward to seeing which weapons you choose first for your journey to Prestige. Now, obviously, this sucks, and only for the reason because, okay, let me break it down first. The reason I say it's basically Obsidian is because it's a per weapon basis, meaning you don't have to go get all of the ARs, all of the SMGs, all of whatever. You don't have to go complete all of those camos to unlock this. If you literally like the XRK Stalker, you can go ahead and get 150,000 XP on that and literally only have the camo for that weapon, which I'll show you the camo here, and it's significantly better than Obsidian. Granted, I like the blacked out look of Obsidian, but it does kind of look like a golden liquid metal from the Vanguard Skynet event challenge, which we're not even going to talk about that. Or no. But again, it being gold makes it more flashy, and it being animated makes it more worth it, because who doesn't want an animated camo? But again, needing 150,000 weapon XP, at least for this season, which is something else we'll get into. Obviously, it's a lot because it's a grind, but it's not nearly as bad as Obsidian, because Obsidian, you needed like 15 kills in 200 games, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on average, it came out to like 3,000 kills, and it was strictly based upon getting kills. Whereas this is just weapon XP, which I would assume counts the same as leveling, at which point you can get weapon XP from capturing objectives, throwing out decoy grenades, going into plunder, and buying armor plates. Although I don't know if this is strictly multiplayer. I would assume it's just weapon XP like tied to the weapon, which you might even be able to do this in zombies. I have no idea. And again, this is probably still a grind. It's probably, if you assume you get 100 XP per kill, what's that, 1,500 kills per gun? Not even, because again, you get all the bonus XP for objective and, you know, UAV and all this. So if I'm understanding this correctly, it's obviously a grind, but it's not, again, nearly as bad as Obsidian. And I don't see myself unlocking this for every single weapon, although I say that pretty much about, I'm pretty much a liar when it comes to that, because I also said that about Obsidian, and I unlocked Obsidian on every single weapon, and that was just, we're not going to talk about that. What they say here is we'll get a new Weapon Prestige Camo in each season, which, paying attention to their tweets, this one is the first of 4 total Weapon Prestige Camos, and each one comes with a new weapon XP requirement, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not trying to be lazy with the grind, but again, I'm not trying to, they literally said, how can we get people to keep playing this game? And someone was like, oh, get the camo grinders, because they'll play the shit out of this. If we keep giving them a new camo that keeps them glued to the game every season, it's infinite playtime. Because again, you figure if we have to get 150,000 XP per weapon, there's 40 something weapons now in MW3. Don't forget, they said that you can get it on the MW2 weapons. So there's like 100, so we're like 200 weapons deep, 1,000 kills, 200 weapons each season. And another tweet I found is that max level is the only prerequisite to unlock this. So it's a little bit easier than Obsidian, again, because Obsidian, you needed at least gold, which getting a weapon max level and unlocking gold are pretty much the same thing. Which kind of goes back to the question of, one, is the XP retroactive, which I highly doubt it is, meaning like I have Interstellar on every weapon, and I just went ahead and got the Grand Mastery challenges done for the Lockwood and like a couple of the pistols. So I would assume if I'm not at 150,000 XP for those weapons, I'm probably close to it. So does the previous XP we earned count, which I don't really see that happening. And they kind of cleared it up here, but another question I had was, if we get the 150k XP this season, do we have to get 150k XP next season to get next season's camo, or will it be like retroactively, oh, this gun has 150,000 XP, it just automatically unlocks? Which again, after reading this, we're fucked. So while I was editing this, Sledgehammer replied to me on one of my tweets asking about how you would unlock. Basically, like I said, if you get the first unlock, does it automatically unlock it for the next season, or would it have to be a new grind every season? And as you can see here, they said the future Weapon Prestige Camos are new unlocks with new requirements that require the previous seasons to be unlocked first, which that's a whole other level to it that I did not even expect, meaning when season 4 comes out, or season 4 Reloaded, however they're going to chop this up, if you don't have the previous seasons, you can't then get this new seasons, which makes me wonder if you have to do all of this and we have to go by the 4th one, if there's not a like god tier prestige mastery camo after all this for unlocking all 4 prestige camos, I'm gonna have to call my dentist, because I'm gonna punch my teeth out. But if there is, hey. And I'm kind of glad that I waited this long to do the weapon grandmastery, because now I can kind of stack them. I can unlock both the 1,000 kills with a weapon, and that can also contribute towards 150k XP. Although, like I said, I already have a handful already completed, but it's perfect timing too, because I was just downloading a bunch of other games because I'm like, oh man, I'm trying to play other games aside from Call of Duty, and now they suck me back in. They got me, they have me by the balls. But yeah, point being, this is probably way longer than I anticipated. Good job. Way longer than I anticipated, but this is a W. It's still a grind, but the requirements aren't absolutely insane, and the camo looks pretty damn good. And this also doesn't count towards the double mastery camo or whatever unlock that they said they're coming out with for having both multiplayer and zombies. So at this point, if it becomes the stupid camo mixing feature, and now we have these prestige camos, I would still prefer like a super high tier mastery camo, even though it's not going to matter, because by the time all this happens, Black Ops 5 or Gulf War or whatever the hell you want to call it will be out. Yeah, there's just a lot to do.